Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome you all for the ATT sessions of the network subject. So, in the previous two lectures, we have completed the node analysis, then we have completed the mesh analysis, and after that, we have solved some examples which already asked in GATE exam, IES exam. So, we have solved number of examples. Now, next will be we can move towards the network theorems. So according to the syllabus of the GATE or any competitive examination, some network theorems we have to learn, we have to understand, and mainly they are asking the numerical examples by based on the network theorems. So we have to solve those numerical examples based on the network theorems. So there are the number of network theorems are there, but for GATE examination, for other competitive examination like IES and etc., DRDO examination, the important network theorems are, the first one is superposition theorem, then second one is Thevenin's theorem, the third one is Norton's theorem, the fourth one is maximum power transfer theorem, and one more theorem is there, and that is the reciprocity theorem. But rarely they are asking the question on reciprocity. Reciprocity वरती जास्त weightage नहीं है. It is having very less weightage because there just we have to change the excitation position, and we have to check whether we are getting the same response or not. That is the reciprocity theorem, but it is having a very less weightage compared to other four theorems. Now, in the GATE type of examination, competitive examination or IES, DRDO, whatever, the among these four five theorems, the important one is the Norton's theorem and Thevenin's theorem. Thevenin's आणि Norton's खूप खूप महत्वाचे आहेत. ओके, सुपरपोजिशन पण तितकंच महत्वाचं आहे. That is also important one, but the mainly is the Thevenin's theorem and Norton's theorem. After that, maximum power transfer theorem, and then superposition theorem, and lastly reciprocity theorem. So first priority is the Thevenin's theorem, second one is Norton's. So if you are understanding these Thevenin's and Norton's, you can easily understand the maximum power transfer theorem, and after that superposition theorem, and lastly reciprocity theorem. So what we can do before starting to solve the numerical examples, we quickly revise what are the actually theorems, what we are going to do, how to identify the types of problems. कारण न्यूमरिकल प्रॉब्लेम्स जेव्हा तुम्ही सर्किट ऑब्झर्व करता, when you are observing the circuit in the question, so first of all you need to identify it. You need to identify the type of circuit, whether it is AC circuit, whether it is DC circuit. In the in the DC circuit, whether how many dependent sources are present, how many independent sources are present. Okay, what we have to calculate according to the question, and how to calculate, that all we have to discuss before starting to solve the get questions or any questions which are based on the network theorems. So for that, what we can do, we can cover the theoretical part in this lecture. Okay, we can understand quickly each and every theorem, and what we have to learn, what we have to think, the important things we have to keep in mind, okay, related to the network theorems that we are going to discuss in this lecture. Now the next part is, we can start with first theorem, that is the superposition theorem. So any theorem you already learn in this network theorem and analysis subject, but any network theorem you have to remember by these 5 points. So what are these 5 points? First is, what is the theorem? Any theorem. Now I am talking about all general network theorems. What is the theorem? Where we can apply the theorem? What will be the conditions? What are the conditions? Then how to apply the theorem? What will be the procedure to apply the theorem? And last one, the applications. So for GATE point of view, what is required? We need to understand what is the theorem. Then we need to understand where we can apply. Then we have to understand how to apply and what will be the procedure. पाचवं काय लागणार नाही, ऍप्लिकेशन्स वगैरे तसल्या क्वेश्चन्स गेटला किंवा कॉम्पिटिटिव्ह एक्झामिनेशनला असं काही विचारत नाहीत. आर यू गेटिंग माय पॉइंट? सो दॅट इज ऍडिशनल पॉइंट. सो हाऊ टू अप्लाय, दॅट इज द व्हेरी व्हेरी इम्पॉर्टंट थिंग्स. मग हाऊ टू अप्लाय आपल्याला अंडरस्टँड होण्यासाठी ऍक्च्युअल थेरम काय हे अंडरस्टँड व्हायला पाहिजे. कंडिशन्स काय असायला पाहिजेत, टाइप्स कसं ओळखायला पाहिजेत, दॅट विल बी द इम्पॉर्टंट वन. इफ यू आर अंडरस्टँडिंग ऑल दोज पार्ट्स, देन अँड देन यू कॅन एबल टू सॉल्व द न्यूमरिकल एक्झाम्पल्स. डायरेक्टली मी जर न्यूमरिकल एक्झाम्पल सॉल्व करायला घेतलं तर तुम्हाला ते लवकर कळणार नाही. आर यू गेटिंग माय पॉइंट? सो क्विकली वी कॅन रिवाइज नाव. So first of all, we can consider the superposition theorem. So what is the superposition theorem? Where we can apply it, means what are the conditions? कारण सुपरपोजिशन थेरम हे फक्त काही कंडिशन साठीच आपण यूज करतोय. नेक्स्ट, हाऊ टू अप्लाय, प्रोसिजर टू अप्लाय द सुपरपोजिशन थेरम. सुपरपोजिशन थेरम शॉर्ट फॉर्म इज SPT. And next, applications. Now what is the superposition theorem? That is given in the next slide. So सुपरपोजिशन थेरम स्टेट्स दॅट इन ए लिनियर सर्किट, म्हणजे सर्किट लिनियर असायला पाहिजेत. आता लिनियर सर्किट म्हणजे काय? द सर्किट विच कन्सिस्टिंग ऑफ ओनली लिनियर इलेमेंट्स. देन व्हॉट आर द लिनियर इलेमेंट्स? रजिस्टर, इंडक्टर and capacitor. If diode is present, if transistor is present, if JFET is present, if Zener diode is present, if MOSFET, silicon diode, if those all present, we cannot apply superposition theorem. So superposition theorem can be applied for only linear circuit. So that's why the theorem will start from the first word. In a linear circuit containing two or more independent sources. आता इंडिपेंडंट सोर्सेस म्हणजेच काय? ज्याचं व्हॅल्यू फिक्स आहे. मग तो व्होल्टेज सोर्स असू शकतो किंवा करंट सोर्स असू शकतो, पण व्हॅल्यू फिक्स आहे. असे किती पाहिजेत इंडिपेंडंट सोर्सेस सर्किटमध्ये? मिनिमम 2. मिनिमम 2 इंडिपेंडंट सोर्सेस शुड बी देअर. मिनिमम 2 पेक्षा जास्त किती असलं तरी चालेल, बट मिनिमम 2 इंडिपेंडंट सोर्सेस शुड बी देअर. ओके. सो इन ए लिनियर सर्किट विच कन्सिस्टिंग ऑफ 2 or more independent sources, then the response in any element. आता रिस्पॉन्स म्हणजे काय? द रिस्पॉन्स मीन्स आयदर व्होल्टेज और करंट इन एनी एलिमेंट. एलिमेंट म्हणजे काय? एक तर रजिस्टर, एक तर इंडक्टर, एक तर कॅपॅसिटर, और the response in any branch. Okay, the response in any element is equal to algebraic sum of responses caused by individual sources acting alone. म्हणजे जेव्हा सगळे सोर्सेस ऍक्टिंग होतात तेव्हा जो रिस्पॉन्स होतो ते तुम्हाला कसं कॅल्क्युलेट करायचं आहे? बाय टेकिंग ओनली वन सोर्स ऍट अ टाइम. एकच सोर्स एका वेळेस घ्यायचा आणि रिस्पॉन्स काढायचा. असे सगळे सोर्स एक एकदा ठेवून तुम्हाला रिस्पॉन्स काढायचा आहे आणि शेवटी त्याची ऍडिशन करायची, अल्जेब्रिक सम घ्यायचा, मग तुम्हाला फायनल आउटपुट मिळेल. सो दिस इज व्हॉट सुपरपोजिशन थेरम. मग जेव्हा एका वेळेस एक सोर्स घेतो, वेन वी आर टेकिंग ओनली वन सोर्स ऍट अ टाइम, then what we have to do about remaining sources, that is given in the second paragraph. That is, all other sources are non-operative. That is, all other ideal voltage sources replaced by short circuit and all other ideal current sources are replaced by open circuit. म्हणजे एका वेळेस जेव्हा एक सोर्स घेतो, जेव्हा रिमेनिंग व्होल्टेज सोर्स काय करायचे? आपल्याला शॉर्ट करायचे आणि रिमेनिंग करंट सोर्स आपल्याला काय करायचे? ओपन करायचे. आर यू गेटिंग माय पॉइंट? So then and then you can apply the superposition theorem. So this is what is the superposition theorem. So if you are understanding this theorem, then how to apply, where to apply, that is already given in the statement only. Theorem म्हणजेच काय? काय करायचंय, कुठं करायचं आणि कसं करायचं हे ऑलरेडी दिलेलंच आहे. That you need to understand. Now next we can move towards the next point. Now where we can apply the superposition theorem. Superposition theorem कुठं अप्लाय करायचं? What will be the conditions? So there are the 3 conditions. Superposition theorem can be applied for linear circuit only. That is the first and important condition. It is applicable for linear circuit only. Second case, second condition, it is applicable for both AC and DC circuits. म्हणजेच काय? Even though circuit consisting of AC sources or DC sources, we can apply the superposition theorem. म्हणजे सोर्सेसचं टाइप कुठलं काय असू देत, सुपरपोजिशन थेरम अप्लाय करता येतो. थर्ड इज व्हॉट? द सर्किट मस्ट कन्सिस्टिंग ऑफ ऍटलिस्ट 2 इंडिपेंडंट सोर्सेस. आता डिपेंडंट सोर्सेस किती आहेत ते आपल्याला मेजर करायचे नाही, इंडिपेंडंट सोर्स किती आहेत ते मेजर करायचे. इंडिपेंडंट सोर्सेस 2 किंवा 2 पेक्षा जास्त असेल तरच सुपरपोजिशन थेरम आपल्याला अप्लाय करता येतो. आर यू गेटिंग माय पॉइंट? So these three are the conditions or where we can apply the superposition theorem. So this condition you have to keep in mind so that it will be useful for applying the superposition theorem. Now next one is how to apply the superposition theorem. How to apply and procedure almost same as असणार आहे. Okay. Now here you have to measure the independent sources. So you have to find out the response in a particular branch or across particular element by keeping only one source at a time. एका वेळेस एकच सोर्स तुम्हाला ऍक्टिव्ह करायचा आहे, while all other ideal voltage sources you have to make it short. All ideal current sources you have to make it open. हे दोन गोष्टी तुम्ही लक्षात ठेवा. When you are applying, when you are finding the response by keeping only one source at a time, all remaining voltage sources you have to make it short, all remaining current sources you have to make it open. मग आता हे ओपन आणि शॉर्ट कुठले करायचे, कुठले सोर्सेस करायचे, इंडिपेंडंट करायचं का डिपेंडंट करायचं? डिपेंडंट सोर्सेसला हात लावायचं नाही. Don't do anything related to dependent source. You can keep the dependent source as it is. I am talking only about independent sources, ideal independent voltage sources, ideal independent current sources. Don't do anything regarding dependent sources. आता dependent sources म्हणजे काय? Dependent sourceचा symbol कसा असतो? That I will tell. So dependent symbol sources is diamond shape. If it is arrow, then it is called as dependent current source. Okay. Then if it is voltage source, then it is having polarity plus minus. असं जेव्हा चौकोन शेपचा सिम्बॉल असतो, चौकट शेपचा जेव्हा सिम्बॉल असतो, दॅट इज कॉल्ड एज व्हॉट? डिपेंडंट सोर्स. मग डिपेंडंट सोर्सला काही हात लावायचा नाही. यू हॅव टू कीप द डिपेंडंट सोर्स ॲज इट इज इन द सर्किट. ओनली यू हॅव टू थिंक अबाउट independent voltage source and independent current source. Okay, so up to this, anyone having queries, anyone having doubts up to this point? कोणाला काही queries? Okay, so we can move towards आता नेक्स्ट व्होल्टेज सोर्स शॉर्ट करायचा, करंट सोर्स ओपन करायचा, म्हणजे काय करायचं सर्किट मध्ये? कारण सर्किट सॉल्व्ह करताना वेन यू आर सॉल्विंग द और वेन यू आर अप्लाइंग द सुपरपोजिशन थेरम, व्हॉट वी हॅव टू डू इन द सर्किट, सर्किट मध्ये तुम्हाला परत सर्किट रिड्रॉ करायला लागेल अकॉर्डिंग टू द कंडिशन्स. सो ॲट दॅट टाइम द ऑल ideal voltage sources you have to all ideal voltage sources you have to replace by this short circuit that is shown here. This is called as what? Short circuit. And all ideal current sources are replaced by open circuit. So this is called as open circuit. So how we have to do that, you can observe here. Voltage source म्हणजे तिथं बॅटरी दाखवलंय, that you have to make it short like this by connecting, by removing that voltage source and make it short. जर करंट सोर्स असेल, आयडियल करंट सोर्स असेल तर ते रिमूव्ह करायचं आणि ओपन दाखवायचा. दॅट इज शोन ऑल्सो हियर. Okay, so those 2 points are discussed here. To remove the independent voltage source while applying this theorem, the voltage source must be set to 0. आता voltage 0 याचा अर्थ काय? तो शॉर्ट झालेला आहे. That is short circuited across their terminal. Similarly, to remove the independent current source while applying this theorem, the current source must be open circuited. म्हणजे करंट सोर्स रिमूव्ह करायचा आणि तो ओपन करून across their terminals you have to show as a open circuit. So this is what how to apply the superposition theorem. Now finally we can discuss now procedure to apply the superposition theorem. So 3 steps are there that you can remember. First step is what? Find out the response in a particular branch by considering one independent source at a time. म्हणजे रिस्पॉन्स काय काढायचं आहे ते सर्किट मध्ये दिलेलं असेल किंवा क्वेश्चन मध्ये विचारलेले असेल. आता रिस्पॉन्स म्हणजे काय विचारणार सांगा बघू? व्हॉट दे कॅन आस्क? What they can ask? They can ask either to find out the voltage across particular element, or they can ask find out the current passing through particular element. पॉवर तर कॅल्क्युलेट करता येत नाही सुपरपोजिशन यूज करून. एकतर तुम्हाला व्होल्टेज काढायला सांगतील किंवा करंट काढायला सांगतील. Okay, now you have to find out the response in a particular branch by considering one independent source at a time while eliminate the remaining independent sources present in the network according to their internal resistances. मग ते काय करायचं ते आता मागच्या पीपीटी मध्ये आपण बघितलेलं आहे, मागच्या स्लाइड मध्ये बघितलेलं आहे. नाव आता समजा दोन इंडिपेंडंट सोर्सेस असतील तर दोनदा रिपीट होईल, हे तीन असेल तर तीनदा होईल, चार इंडिपेंडंट सोर्सेस असेल तर चार होईल. शक्यतो गेट एक्झाम मध्ये स्पेशली इन द गेट एक्झाम they can ask the questions up to the two independent sources only. ओके, तीन तीन इंडिपेंडंट सोर्सेस म्हणल्यावर एक प्रॉब्लेम सॉल्व्ह करायला तुम्हाला अर्धा तास लागेल. मग यू रिक्वायर हाफ एन आवर टू कम्प्लीट द प्रॉब्लेम. देन in the competitive exam they can ask maximum two independent sources, but along with that they may ask the circuit in which dependent source may present. Okay, so in that case only two independent sources are there. Then you have to repeat this procedure for two times. Okay, now next in the step number 3, add all these responses, म्हणजे त्यांचं फायनली ऍडिशन करायचं. बाय सुपरपोजिशन थेरम you have to add it and you can get the answer. Okay, now finally the overall output due to the all sources acting simultaneously is equal to algebraic sum of the responses caused by individual sources acting alone. So this is about the superposition theorem. So if you have any queries regarding the superposition theorem, you can ask now. कोणाला काही queries? No queries? Okay. Now next one example is there. Try to understand. So this is a general example I have taken. This question was not asked anywhere in the GATE exam. This is the general example we have taken now to understand how to apply the superposition theorem. The concept is important. If you are understanding the concept, you can solve thousands of problems based on that concept. एकदा concept कळालं की तुम्हाला thousands of problems तुम्हाला solve करता येईल. Okay, so you should focus on how to understand the theorem, how to understand the concept rather than solving the number of examples. Solving the number of examples, that will help to become the accurate, to become the perfect, to increase the speed. That will be the important, but without understanding concept you cannot solve the numerical examples. So first of all you can try to understand what is the theorem, how to apply the theorem, where to apply theorem, and understand the concept. Understand you should be perfect in mathematical calculation. कारण बऱ्याच वेळा असं होतं की कन्सेप्ट सगळे क्लिअर असतात पण मॅथमॅटिक्स चुकतं तुमचं. कॅल्क्युलेशन विल बिकम्स रॉंग, ड्यू टू विच यू कॅन गेट द रॉंग आन्सर. But in competitive examination there will not be any excuse. You should give the correct answer. Are you getting my point? There should not be any excuse. So for that, calculation is also plays very important role when you are solving the numerical examples. Okay, now just wait. Okay, sorry, the mic was on muted here. So here they are asking to find out the current passing through 20 ohm. So you need to identify the types of sources. So types of sources are here DC supply voltage. So this circuit belongs to DC circuit. Now next one, how many independent sources are there here? Anyone can tell how many sources are there? Independent I am asking. किती sources आहेत? Yes, very good. So here you can get two responses. one response you are getting due to the 20-volt voltage source, and second response you are getting due to the 4 ampere current source. आता response म्हणजे काय? What is the response here? Response means what? What is the given in the question? The response is nothing but here current passing through 20 ohm. Okay. So one response you are getting due to the 20-volt voltage sources acting alone, and second response you are getting the current passing through 20 ohm due to the 4 ampere current source acting alone. And finally you have to add it, and after addition you will get the final answer. That is the total current flowing through 20 ohm resistor when both sources are acting alone. So according to that superposition theorem, we can start to find out now the response due to the 20-volt voltage source. आता काय करूया आपण? 20-volt voltage source मुळे response काय येते ते find out करूया. Now keep the 20-volt step 1. Keep the 20-volt voltage source as it is. Resistors draw as it is. Now what about current source? Current source काय करायला सांगितलंय? When you are keeping one source at a time, remaining voltage source should be shorted. आता इथं remaining voltage source नाहीच आहे. Remaining current source you have to make it open. Current source 4 ampere आता काय करायचं आहे? Open करायचं आहे. Okay, that 4 ampere current source is opened here. Now you have to find out this current now. That current I will give the name as I1. This current is named as I1. So use the nodal analysis. Use nodal analysis. So node, this is the first principal node. This is the ground node. So mark the direction of current at the principal node. This is outgoing. इथलं माहित नाही आहे. This is outgoing. इथलं माहित नाही आहे. This is outgoing. Okay. So apply the nodal analysis here. You can get the equation here. V1 minus 20 divided by 5 plus V1 minus 0 divided by 10 plus V1 minus 0 divided by 10 plus 20. कारण 10 आणि 20 हे series मध्ये आहेत. Now take the LCM. You can take the LCM, solve this. You can get the answer of V1, that is the 12 volt. Once you get the V1 as a 12 volt, you can get the value of I1. So I1 is nothing but current passing through 20 ohm. So I1 how to find out here? So I1 is equal to V1 divided by 10 plus 20. So V1 value is 12. You can put there. So I1 value you are getting 12 divided by 30, that is 0.4 ampere. Okay. So you got now 0.4 ampere as a current due to the 12 volt voltage source. Now next thing is what? Keep the 4 ampere current source as it is. You have to repeat the steps. Keep the 4 ampere current source as it is and short the 20 volt voltage source. आता 20 volt voltage source काय करायचं तुम्हाला? Short करायचं आहे. Okay. So after that you can find out the current I2. Now here 4 ampere current source keep as it is, and this voltage source is shorted here. 20 volt voltage source is shorted here. Now you have to find out this current here. That current is named as I2, which is flowing through 20 ohm. That you have to find out. Okay. Now here also you can use nodal analysis. इथं directly equivalent resistance घेतले. So how they have taken here? This all resistors they have replaced by equivalent circuit. Means 5 and 10 are in parallel, and that is in series with 10. That will give the 40 by 3. And after that they have used the current division here. So by applying the current division, they got the answer of this I2 current, which is flowing through 20 ohm, and that got 1.6 ampere. इथं तुम्ही nodal analysis पण use करू शकता. You can use the nodal analysis here to find out the current passing through. Instead of this finding out equivalent resistance, applying the current current division, you can apply the nodal analysis. This is the node V2. This is the node V1. you can apply the nodal analysis and find out the current passing through this 20 ohm as I2, so that you can easily get. Okay, so once you get the current I2 as a 1.6, finally what you have to do, you have to add, according to the superposition theorem, you have to add I1. I is equal to I1 plus I2. I1 you got 0.4 ampere, and I2 you got 1.6 ampere, and that addition will give 2 ampere. So this is the final output. That is nothing but the current flowing through 20 ohm resistor, which is shown in the circuit. So in this way you have to apply the superposition theorem. First of all, you have to identify the type of circuit, whether it is AC or DC. Generally they can ask the DC circuit only. Okay, so once you identify the DC circuit is there, then you have to measure whether at least two independent sources are present or not. Then you can think about whether dependent sources are present or not, but minimum two independent sources should be present. Then and then you can able to apply the superposition theorem. So superposition theorem, we have completed the theoretical part. Along with we have solved the one example also. So anyone having queries regarding the superposition theorem? So when we are completing all these theorems theoretically, then we can solve randomly some examples based on each theorem. प्रत्येक theorem वरती प्रत्येक टाइपचे एक एक प्रॉब्लेम आपण सॉल्व्ह करूया. But first of all, we can complete the theoretical concepts of each and every theorem. So today we have to complete one more theorem, that is the Thevenin's theorem. In the next lecture, we can complete the Norton's theorem and maximum power transfer theorem, and after that, within 1 or 2 lectures, we can complete the numerical examples. Chalo, we can quickly now start the Thevenin's theorem. Okay. So when the 40-minute session will over, you can once again rejoin everyone. Okay. Now the next theorem will be the Thevenin's theorem. So again, the Thevenin's theorem we can start with the help of same points. Those all points are I have written here. What is the Thevenin's theorem? Second point is how to apply the Thevenin's theorem. Then third point is procedure to apply the Thevenin's theorem. कारण इथं दोन टाइप्स असणार आहेत, मेथड 1 आणि मेथड 2 किंवा टाइप 1 आणि टाइप 2. इट डिपेंड्स ऑन द टाइप ऑफ सर्किट. Okay, that's why I am concentrating on more on procedure to apply the Thevenin's theorem, and last one is the application. So these 4 points we can discuss related to the Thevenin's theorem. So next, what is the Thevenin's theorem here? First of all, we can understand the Thevenin's theorem states that any two terminal linear network, so the terminal should be open, remember. So Thevenin's theorem, before starting the Thevenin's theorem, you have to check the circuit whether that is having two terminals or not. That two terminals should be open. If any load resistor is connected between two terminals, you can remove it and make it open. हे आपलं पहिलं टास्क आहे when you are applying the Thevenin's theorem. So Thevenin's theorem states that any two terminal linear network consisting of number of independent voltage sources, current sources, comma, number of dependent sources and resistors, inductor, capacitor, whatever may be, that can be replaced by a simple equivalent circuit. म्हणजे नेटवर्क कसलं काय असू देत, ज्यामध्ये नंबर ऑफ व्होल्टेज सोर्सेस असतील, नंबर ऑफ करंट सोर्सेस असतील, इंडिपेंडंट सोर्सेस असतील, डिपेंडंट सोर्सेस असतील, रेजिस्टर्स, इंडक्टर, कॅपॅसिटर, त्याचं रिप्लेसमेंट फक्त एका सिंपल सर्किटमध्ये करायचं आहे. दॅट इज द Thevenin's theorem. So simple circuit means what? What is the name of that simple circuit? The name of simple circuit is Thevenin's equivalent circuit. So you have to convert the complicated complex circuit complex network into simple circuit, and that simple circuit is known as what? Thevenin's equivalent circuit. मग आता Thevenin's equivalent circuit म्हणजेच काय? The Thevenin's equivalent circuit consisting of a, a single voltage source VTH in series with single resistor RTH. So Thevenin's equivalent circuit consisting of a voltage source VTH in series with Thevenin's resistance RTH. Okay. So now the question is how to find out the value of VTH and how to find out the value of RTH. That is given in the second paragraph, where the value of voltage source VTH is equal to an open circuit voltage measured between two terminals. VTH म्हणजेच काय? Open circuit voltage between two terminals. And RTH, how to measure? RTH is nothing but what? The equivalent resistance measured between two terminals. म्हणजे त्या दोन टर्मिनल मधून तुम्हाला okay. So where the value of equivalent resistance is measured between two terminals of the network here. Okay. Now this is what Thevenin's theorem. So in Thevenin's theorem, what we are going to do, how we are going to do that also we can explain, we can understand with the help of the block diagram or the figure shown in here. So here the any two terminal linear network is there, linear circuit is there, which consisting of number of voltage sources, number of current sources, independent, dependent, number of components, linear components, resistor, inductor, capacitor, like this. That's, and it should having two terminals, that is A and B. Okay. So and between A and B load resistor is connected here, that is known as RL. RL किंवा काही वेळेस ZL असं म्हणू शकतो. Now here this total circuit, this total network or complicated network, we have to convert into Thevenin's equivalent circuit, that is shown here. Okay. So Thevenin's equivalent circuit consisting of what? A single voltage source VTH in series with Thevenin's resistance RTH between the two terminals A and B. Now the voltage source present in the Thevenin's equivalent circuit is called as what? Thevenin's voltage VTH. And the resistor present in Thevenin's equivalent circuit is called as what? Thevenin's resistor RTH. So you have to find out the VTH, you have to find out the RTH. Then and then you can get the Thevenin's equivalent circuit. And after that, whatever the question they are asking to find out the current passing through load resistor, find out the voltage across load resistor, that you can find out by using the Thevenin's equivalent circuit. So first of all, our aim is to find out the value of VTH, to find out the value of RTH, and next we have to draw the Thevenin's equivalent circuit, and after that whatever the question asking, that you can find out. Okay. Now this is what Thevenin's theorem. After that, how to apply the Thevenin's theorem? So that is very important, how to apply and what will be the procedure. So this you can give the, when we are discussing this, please give the attention everyone. This is very important because Thevenin's theorem वरती प्रत्येक वेळेस प्रॉब्लेम असतो. In each gate question, in each competitive question, there will be the question on either Thevenin's or Norton's. So Thevenin's if you are understand, you can easily understand the Norton's. या दोन्हीपैकी एक तर एक क्वेश्चन फिक्स असतो गेट एक्झामिनेशन मध्ये. So give the concentration, give the attention everyone. Now how to apply the Thevenin's theorem, that we are discussing. So we can classify the type of circuit in two types, that is one is method 1 type 1 and another is method 2 type 2. So in method 1 or type 1, which type of circuit are present, which type of circuit is present? The circuit which consisting of all sources as a independent sources. ज्या सर्किट मध्ये सगळे सोर्सेस हे इंडिपेंडंट सोर्सेस आहेत, अशाला काय म्हणायचं? टाइप 1 सर्किट किंवा मेथड 1 सर्किट. So for such a circuit, we are going to apply the rules of Thevenin's theorem. How to apply that we can discuss. Now next, second type or second method is the circuit which consisting of at least one independent sources and at least one dependent sources. म्हणजे ज्या सर्किट मध्ये एक तर एक इंडिपेंडंट सोर्स असावा आणि अजून एक तर एक डिपेंडंट सोर्स असावा. Then that circuit is called as what? That circuit belongs to what? Method 2 or type 2. So we have classified the method 1 and method 2 according to the type of sources. So in the first type, all sources are independent, and in the second type, at least one independent source and at least one dependent source. एक तर एक इंडिपेंडंट सोर्स असायलाच पाहिजे आणि एक तर एक डिपेंडंट सोर्स असायलाच पाहिजे. हे दोन्ही कंडिशन जेव्हा फॉलो होतील तेव्हाच त्याला काय म्हणायचं, टाइप 2. ओके, सो वी हॅव टू आयडेंटिफाय द टाइप्स ऑफ सर्किट फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल बिफोर अप्लाइंग द थेवेनिन्स थेरम. कारण टाइप वरनच तुम्हाला काय अप्लाय करायचंय, कसं अप्लाय करायचंय, दॅट यू कॅन अंडरस्टँड. नाउ नेक्स्ट वन, in the method 1, how to apply the procedure for a Thevenin's theorem. So in method 1, when only independent sources are present, so in the step 1, consider the circuit diagram what are given in the question by opening the terminals. म्हणजे ते दोन टर्मिनल ओपन आहेत का ते बघा. एखादा रेजिस्टर असेल, लोड रेजिस्टर वगैरे असेल तर ते रिमूव्ह करा आणि ओपन करा. सो कन्सिडर द सर्किट डायग्राम by opening the terminals with respect to which you are finding the Thevenin's equivalent circuit. म्हणजे दोन टर्मिनल तुम्ही आयडेंटिफाय करा. ते दोन टर्मिनल मध्ये एखादं कंपोनंट वगैरे असेल, एखादं लोड रजिस्टर वगैरे असेल तर तुम्ही ते रिमूव्ह करा आणि ओपन करा, so that you can find out the Thevenin's equivalent circuit. That is the first step. Second step is what? Find out the Thevenin's voltage VTH across the two open terminals. Find out the Thevenin's voltage VTH across the open circuit voltage, or we can find out across the two terminals of the circuit. जे ते दोन टर्मिनल आहेत ना त्याच्यातलं व्होल्टेज तुम्हाला फाइंड आउट करायचं आहे. दॅट व्होल्टेज इज नोन ॲज व्हॉट? ओपन सर्किट व्होल्टेज बिटवीन टू टर्मिनल्स, विच इज ऑल्सो नोन ॲज Thevenin's voltage VTH. Now when you are applying this, when you are finding this Thevenin's voltage, whatever the techniques you can use which is suitable, you can use voltage division, current division, nodal analysis, mesh analysis, super node, super mesh. Then you can use Ohm's law, Kirchhoff's voltage law, current law, whatever will be the you are feeling that will be the suitable and we can get the answer fast, that you can use and you can get the answer of VTH. शक्यतो नोडल अनालिसिस जास्त यूज केलं जातं. नोडल अनालिसिस, KVL you can use to find out the VTH. Nodal analysis, KVL, voltage division. These three are mesh analysis. These 3 to 4 things we require to find out the VTH. This is the second step. Third step is what? To find out the Thevenin's resistance RTH. मग RTH कुठून फाइंड आउट करायचं? RTH you have to find out between two terminals. So RTH म्हणजेच काय? RTH is nothing but equivalent resistance. मग इक्विव्हॅलंट रेजिस्टन्स कसं फाइंड आउट करायचं, कसं अप्लाय करायचं ते तुम्हाला ऑलरेडी रूल्स माहित आहेत. एका डायरेक्शन कडून ऑब्झर्व करताना दुसऱ्या डायरेक्शन पासून तुम्हाला मेजर करायचं आहे. अपोजिट डायरेक्शन पासून तुम्हाला ते मेजर करायचं आहे. सो वेन वी आर सॉल्विंग द न्यूमरिकल एक्झाम्पल, नो दॅट टाइम यू कॅन गेट द आयडिया क्लिअर. जेव्हा आपण एखादा एक्झाम्पल सॉल्व करू तेव्हा तुम्हाला हे आयडिया सगळे क्लिअर होतील. सो हाऊ टू फाइंड आउट द इक्विव्हॅलंट रेजिस्टन्स? That is between two terminals, whatever the two terminals are open, between these two terminals you have to observe and you have to calculate the equivalent resistance, and that is known as Thevenin's resistance RTH. So this is the third step. So what is the fourth step here? Finally you have to draw the Thevenin's equivalent circuit. Mention the value of VTH, value of voltage source VTH. Mention the value of resistance RTH, and between A and B, if any load resistor is there, you can connect and calculate the further things. So these are the 4 steps we have to apply for the circuit which belongs to method 1. Now next one, we are moving towards the type 2. So in type 2, when the circuit consisting of at least one independent source and at least one dependent source, म्हणजे सर्किट मध्ये दोन्ही असायला पाहिजेत, independent source as well as dependent source. So in this case, how to apply the Thevenin's theorem, that we are going to discuss. The first step is same. Consider the circuit diagram by opening the terminals with respect to which the Thevenin's equivalent circuit is to be determined. That will be the same. Second one is also same. Find out the Thevenin's voltage VTH across the open terminals of the above circuit. But third step will be now different. जेव्हा डिपेंडंट सोर्स प्रेझेंट असतो सर्किटमध्ये तेव्हा तुम्हाला इक्विव्हॅलंट रेजिस्टन्स मेजर करता येत नाही, कारण तुम्ही डिपेंडंट सोर्स रिप्लेसच करणार नाही ना. डिपेंडंट सोर्स यू आर नॉट मेकिंग एनी चेंजेस. बरोबर आहे. जेव्हा इक्विव्हॅलंट रेजिस्टन्स फाइंड आउट करता तेव्हा सगळे व्होल्टेज सोर्स काय असायला पाहिजे, शॉर्ट, आणि सगळे करंट सोर्स ओपन असायला पाहिजे. पण but dependent sources we are not doing anything. So how to calculate the equivalent resistance, that is a question mark. So instead of that you can use the indirect method. मग indirect method म्हणजे काय, you can short the two terminals. जे दोन टर्मिनल आहेत जे ओपन आहेत ते शॉर्ट करा आणि शॉर्ट सर्किट करंट फाइंड आउट करा. म्हणजे त्या दोन टर्मिनल मधला करंट तुम्ही शॉर्ट सर्किट करंट फाइंड आउट करा, विच इज नेम ॲज ISC. एस सी फॉर शॉर्ट सर्किट. मग ISC कसं फाइंड आउट करायचं, यूज ओम्स लॉ, यूज करंट डिव्हिजन, यूज व्होल्टेज डिव्हिजन, यूज नोडल अनालिसिस, यूज मेश अनालिसिस. सो विच एवर सुटेबल यू कॅन यूज मेथड्स अँड फाइंड आउट द शॉर्ट सर्किट करंट ISC. आता तुम्हाला VTH मिळालं सेकंड स्टेपमध्ये, थर्ड स्टेपमध्ये ISC मिळालं. देन इन फोर्थ स्टेप यू कॅन कॅल्क्युलेट द RTH. मग RTH कसं फाइंड आउट करायचं, सिम्पल ओम्स लॉ. RTH इज इक्वल टू VTH divided by ISC, V divided by I. So RTH you can get easily. So once you get RTH, once already get you VTH, in the fifth step you can draw the Thevenin's equivalent circuit, mention the value of VTH, mention the value of RTH, connect the load resistor between terminals and find out the further things. So this is about what the procedure applied for method 2 type of problems. Okay, so up to this point anyone having queries? कोणाला काय queries? Okay, so quickly we can finish this example, then we can stop. Same example I have taken here, whatever we taken for superposition theorem. Superposition theorem साठी जे example घेतले तेच इथं घेतलेलं आहे. Question is same again, but you have to use now Thevenin's theorem. That is only difference. Find out the current flowing through 20 ohm resistor by using Thevenin's theorem. आता इथं आन्सर किती आला पाहिजे, सर्किट तर सेम आहे, क्वेश्चन सेम आहे, आन्सर तुम्हाला माहित आहे काय असणार आहे आन्सर. द आन्सर विल बी नियरली 2 एम्पियर. चेक करूया आपण 2 एम्पियर आहे का. येस, इट इज 2 एम्पियर. सेम सर्किट इज देअर, फक्त पोझिशन चेंज केलेलं आहे. 20 ओम इकडे लेफ्ट साईडला होता आणि 4 एम्पियर करंट लास्टला होता, फक्त पोझिशन चेंज केलेलं आहे. पॅरलल कनेक्शन असल्यामुळे पोझिशन चेंज केले तरी काही फरक पडणार नाही. ओके, द क्वेश्चन इज सेम हियर, ओनली यू हॅव टू यूज द Thevenin's theorem. Now step 1, this is now identify the type of circuit. First step is identify the type of circuit. First task is कुठल्या सांगा, मेथड 1 आहे का मेथड 2 आहे. whether it belongs to method 1 or method 2. All sources are independent. Dependent कुठं दिसते का, नाही. This is also independent source, this is also independent source. So this belongs to method 1. So you have to follow the procedure of method 1. मग मेथड 1 मध्ये काय काय फाइंड आउट करतो आपण, VTH, then RTH. Okay, after that you have to draw the Thevenin's equivalent circuit and you can get the answer of current passing through 20 ohm. That is the last step. So VTH and RTH you have to find out. So first step is what, you have to identify the terminals. So terminals already given A and B here. Between terminal A and B, 20 ohm resistor is there which acts as a load resistor. So load resistor you can remove it. Load resistor you can remove it, make it open. So 20 ohm resistor has removed here. इथं remove केलंय बघा in this circuit. Here you are finding out the VTH here. Okay, so VTH is marked between two terminals. This is written here VTH, that open circuit voltage you have to find out. So here if you are using VTH is nothing but voltage across 4 ampere current source. So use nodal analysis, you can mention here also VTH. So this node voltage is VTH. इथं तुम्ही V1 म्हणून नाव द्या, ऑलरेडी इट इज गिवन ॲज अ V1. सो 2 nodes are present here, 2 nodes present आहेत. one is V1 and another is the VTH, and bottom one is the ground here. So you can use the nodal analysis, apply the nodal analysis, so you can get the answer. Mark here outgoing, mark here outgoing, mark here outgoing. So you can get one equation. After that, you can apply the nodal analysis at the second node. This is outgoing and this is incoming already. Only two branches are there. So one more equation you can get. So solve these two equations. Unknowns are two. दोन unknowns आहेत V1 आणि VTH. So by solving these linear equations, by applying nodal analysis, you can get two equations. By solving these, you can get the answer of VTH as you can get as a 200 divided by 3. आता 200 divided by 3 म्हणजे किती? 66.66 volt. Okay, that you can get. आता इथं steps कसं दिले बघा. Apply the nodal analysis at node 1. So you can get one equation, that V1 you can get 80 by 3. Next, apply the same procedure to find out the VTH. So VTH you can get 200 divided by 3. This you can get by using nodal analysis. Now next calculation will be RTH. So when you are finding the RTH, all ideal voltage sources should be shorted and all ideal current sources should be open. आता इथं करंट सोर्स होतं, राईट हँड साईडला ओपन केलं. इकडं व्होल्टेज सोर्स होता तो शॉर्ट केला. रेजिस्टर्स कीप ॲज इट इज अँड मेजर द RTH बिटवीन A and B. बट तुम्हाला अपोजिट डायरेक्शननी मेजर करायचं आहे. ऑब्झर्व तुम्हाला राईट हँड साईडने करायचं आहे, but you have to measure from left hand side. So 5 and 10 are in parallel. So take the parallel combination, plus 10 is in series. So RTH is equal to 5 parallel 10 plus in series with 10. So 5 parallel 10 will gives 3.33 and plus 10 that will give 13.33 म्हणजेच 40 by 3. 40 by 3 म्हणजेच किती? 13.33. 13.33 ohm. So you got VTH value 66.66 and RTH value you got 13.33. And finally you can draw the Thevenin's equivalent circuit, which is shown here. The voltage source is VTH, that is 200 divided by 3. Resistance RTH is 40 divided by 3. And between A and B terminals, connect the load resistor as it is, that is the 20 ohm. And you can find out now current passing through this 20, which is series. Current series current असणार आहे. This current is series, so you can easily find out this series current. So that you can find by using Ohm's law. So I is equal to total voltage VTH divided by resistor RTH plus 20. So VTH value is 200 divided by 3. RTH value is 40 divided by 3 plus resistor value is 20. So after putting all these value, you can get the current I equal to 2 ampere. Okay. म्हणजे हा प्रॉब्लेम सेम होता जो आता आपण सुपरपोजिशन साठी यूज केले. मग सुपरपोजिशन थेरम मध्ये पण आपल्याला करंट पासिंग थ्रू 20 ओम 2 एम्पियरच मिळालं होतं. आता इथं पण बाय युजिंग थेवेनिन्स थेरम ऑल्सो वी आर गेटिंग द सेम आन्सर बिकॉज सेम सर्किट इज देअर, बट मेथड इज डिफरंट, थेरम इज डिफरंट. In previous it was the superposition theorem. Now we have applied the Thevenin's theorem. Even though if you are applying the Norton's theorem also, you can get the same answer of current. Are you getting my point? So for same circuit we can apply any theorem, but response, the final answer, we can get the same. Are you getting my point? So this is about the what we can say, the Thevenin's theorem, then how to apply, what will be the procedure, and how to identify the types of circuit, and based on that how to start to apply the procedure of Thevenin's theorem. So today we have completed the two important theorem. One is the superposition theorem and second one is the Thevenin's theorem. So in the next lecture we can discuss the Norton's theorem, maximum power transfer theorem, and if possible reciprocity theorem. So in the next lecture we can complete the theoretical concept of all theorems so that we can able to solve some numerical examples based on the network theorems. So anyone having queries related to the superposition theorem, Thevenin's theorem? कोणाला काय अडचण असेल तर विचारा. Applications are also there. Application mainly it is used to find out the power delivered to the load. Thevenin's theorem हे कुठे यूज केले जातं? To calculate the power delivered to the load. Thevenin's theorem is used in maximum power transfer theorem. So how to use that we can discuss. in the maximum power transfer theorem. So anyone having queries? Okay. So we can stop now. In the next lecture, we can discuss the remaining theorems. Thank you.